Every so often, a camera drops that doesn't just raise the bar, it reshapes the whole playing field. Nikon's flagship Z9 did exactly that in 2021, proving mirrorless wasn't just catching up with DSLRs, it was charging ahead. Now all eyes are on its successor, the Nikon Z9 II. Whispers and leaks suggest Nikon isn't planning a mild refresh. It's gearing up to launch a powerhouse that could redefine what a professional mirrorless body can do. Let's dive right in to know the latest leaks about the Nikon Z9 II. To understand where the Z9 II might be heading, it's worth looking back at its predecessor. The Z9 was a statement piece, a mirrorless monster with a 45.7 megapixel stacked CMOS sensor, blazing 20 frames per second, raw bursts, and an autofocus system that rivaled anything in the industry. It wasn't just about specs on paper. It proved Nikon could leapfrog into the future of imaging without clinging to its DSLR roots. For wildlife shooters, sports professionals, and high-end filmmakers, the Z9 became a trusted companion. But 3 years in the camera world is a long time. Sony's Alpha 1 carved out its place as a hybrid flagship. Canon's R3 pushed fast-action shooters into its ecosystem. Fujifilm and Panasonic made bold moves with video-first cameras. Nikon, for its part, has quietly been preparing something that doesn't just answer competitors, it's designed to surpass them. The Z9 II will be the evolution of a proven formula, but with sharper teeth and smarter engineering. The first thing to expect with the Z9 II is refinement, not reinvention. Nikon is unlikely to abandon the integrated grip design that gave the Z9 its professional edge. That built-in grip didn't just make the camera look like a pro body, it delivered battery endurance and ergonomics that heavy shooters appreciated. But Nikon will almost certainly shave off some grams, refine contours, and make handling a little more agile without compromising the rugged, weather-sealed build. The electronic viewfinder will also be a battleground. The Z9's EVF was solid, but competitors have moved ahead with higher resolution, brighter panels that make optical finders feel irrelevant. Nikon is rumored to give the Z9 II a serious EVF upgrade. Think 9 million dot clarity with a 240 Hz refresh rate that virtually eliminates lag. If true, this would make composing shots feel seamless, whether you're tracking a bird in flight or lining up cinematic 8K footage. Another likely tweak, the rear LCD. Nikon may introduce a fully articulating, higher resolution display that caters not just to photographers, but to the growing wave of hybrid shooters who demand flexibility on set. With more creators live streaming, vlogging, and filming documentaries, the Nikon Z9 II's design will probably reflect those hybrid needs while still keeping professionals at the core. This is where things get exciting. The original Z9 proved Nikon could deliver pro-level speed, but the Z9 II is expected to step things up dramatically. At its heart, it will likely feature a new stacked sensor, rumored to sit around the same 45 to 50 megapixel range, but with vastly improved readout speeds. Why keep megapixels steady? Because Nikon understands balance. More resolution risks rolling shutter and slower bursts, while pros value speed as much as sharpness. The real magic will likely come from processing. Nikon is set to introduce its next-generation X-Speed processor, or possibly a dual processor system, to handle both high-resolution stills and heavy video workloads. Expect continuous shooting bursts that push beyond 30 frames per second RAW with full autofocus tracking, potentially rivaling or surpassing Sony's flagship models. Autofocus will be a huge talking point. Nikon's deep learning AF system already tracked eyes, animals, vehicles, and even aircraft with remarkable accuracy. The Z9 II is expected to broaden and refine this intelligence. Better subject recognition, stickier tracking, and improved performance in low light. Think about locking onto a sprinter from the first step to the finish line, or a bird emerging from dense foliage. The Z9 II should handle these with ease. For video shooters, Nikon is rumored to make a bold play. The Z9 already shot 8K/60p internally with RAW options. The Z9 II could push this further, perhaps offering 8K/120p in some form, or expanding RAW capabilities with improved color science. That would position Nikon as not just competing, but leapfrogging into cinema territory. Pair that with reduced rolling shutter and heat management, and the Z9 II may attract serious filmmakers who once overlooked Nikon. No flagship release in 2025 or 2026 would be complete without smart additions. The Z9 II is expected to embrace faster storage, with dual CF Express Type B slots, ensuring the camera keeps up with massive 8K files and RAW bursts. Battery life will also get a bump, thanks to more efficient power management. Given the Z9's already impressive endurance, the sequel could become one of the longest-lasting pro bodies on the market. Connectivity will also be front and center. With more professionals working in fast-paced environments, Nikon will likely enhance wireless transfers, introducing 5G options or faster built-in Wi-Fi for immediate cloud uploads. For studios and broadcasters, this would be a game changer. And then there's price. The original Z9 launched at around $5,500, undercutting its rivals. Nikon will probably hold a similar line with the Z9 II, possibly slotting it in around $6,000 to $6,200, depending on the final feature set. If true, that pricing would keep Nikon competitive while delivering more tech for the money than most of its competitors. And about the release date, it's expected to be released somewhere between the fourth quarter of 2025 to the second quarter of 2026. The future Nikon, as a brand, has been navigating a fascinating crossroads in recent years. The company has already proven it can deliver mirrorless cameras that rival the best from Sony and Canon. But its market share has often leaned on loyal professionals rather than mass adoption. The Z9 gave Nikon fresh momentum, showing that it could innovate aggressively instead of playing it safe. At the same time, Nikon's strategy has been about depth over breadth. Fewer models, but with heavy emphasis on quality, endurance, and professional credibility. The Z9 II will be arriving at a time when Nikon needs to cement its identity as not just a respected legacy brand, but a bold innovator ready to shape the next era of imaging. The Nikon Z9 II isn't going to be just another incremental release. It's shaping up to be one of the defining cameras of the decade. Nikon knows it has to deliver something that doesn't just keep existing users loyal, but tempts professionals from Sony and Canon to switch. By refining its design, supercharging its processing, and expanding its video dominance, Nikon is signaling it's not playing catch-up anymore. It's leading. For photographers, the Nikon Z9 II promises blistering speed, intelligent autofocus, and a body designed for endurance. For filmmakers, it hints at cinema-grade capability in a package that fits in a backpack. For hybrid creators, it could be the ultimate all-in-one solution. The original Z9 proved Nikon still belonged in the conversation. The Z9 II looks set to prove Nikon can own the conversation. Something big is definitely coming, and when it does, the landscape of professional mirrorless cameras might never look the same again. What are your thoughts on Nikon Z9 II? Share with us in the comment section below. Subscribe for more content like this, and as always, thanks for watching.